Hi y'all, welcome to today's video. Welcome to my channel. Hi, I'm FashFab. You can call me Fash. This is Sally. Y'all, I got a palette in and there's some shades in here that are super pretty. Also, I want to do a look with a black base. On this channel, we create beauty one palette at a time. Grab your brushes, grab your palettes. Let's get into it. From the Roots by DEDE Signature. Here's the color story. Now, I think some of these special shades, okay, all of these special shades would look beautiful over a black base. But we're only going to do one look. So, I want to get into this palette, but first, shadow shields. Okay, y'all, shadow shields are on. I know this looks like that these are like in my eye, but they're not. They're just kind of in the corner of the eye. It does not bother me. It does not hurt. If you want to know where I got the shadow shields, they are in my frequently used products down in the description. Today, the black base is going to be by Melt. This is one of their liquid eyeshadows. What I like about this particular liquid base is that you do have time to blend the black base before it sets. That this does not smudge. At least it hasn't on me yet. Once it sets down, it sets down. So I'm using shadow shields because I don't trust my makeup applying skills not to have this all over my face. So if you're asking what I'm looking at, there's a mirror behind you, a very large mirror, and there's also my monitor. So I am using that as a mirror at the moment. So I'm just tapping that on. I kind of want to keep my eye not open, but I do want to keep it kind of closed, not all the way, just kind of looking down and tap this in before it completely sets. Because I do have hooded eyes, so I don't want this to crease. Okay, so we're going to move on to the other eye. And like I said, I'm not worried about, I mean, yes, you got to be careful about placement because trust me, you don't want this all over your face. But also, I want to make sure that the parts that I want to lay the eyeshadow down is covered. I think that this side needs a tad bit more. I just want to make sure that this is laid down kind of blended, you know, at the edges. I'm going to go in with eyeshadow, of course, you know, to blend the edge, but to kind of help it out, I do kind of make sure that it is blended. And I'm not scared to bring it down over the shadow shields because, I mean, they're there to catch the fallout. Also, sharp lines look fabulous. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Royal Descent, and this is a blue, like royal blue, and I'm taking this on the inner corner. Now, once you go over these liquid shadows with powdered eyeshadow, it does set quickly. So it will set and it will set it quickly. This is pretty dry. So I'm okay with that because it's not coming off on the brush. On the outer corner, I do want to go in with Rebirth. And I'm taking this on a more fluffier brush. I want to take Rebirth and I kind of want to take this over the outer edge just to wrap it up here. So it's going to peek out over that black. It's going to be super duper pretty. So I'm just buffing right along that line. I'm laying down the color, windshield wiper, circular motions, and then I am just going right over the edge of that line. I need to lay down just a tad bit more on this eye because I want you to be able to see that I have purple on and that I also have blue on, but I don't want to take the blue on the outer edge just yet until we lay down that special shade. Okay, now this is exciting. I want to go over with that special shade and I want to go into Sacred Thread. And the reason why, whoa, is because this certain special shade, I believe, has a black base to it. Because how you can tell is how I tell, I guess I should say, how I can usually tell if I'm not sure in the pan, I will take a swatch of it and then I will buff off like the glitter foil, whatever particles. Then usually what's left is the base of the color, which is sometimes gray, sometimes black, sometimes white, all the things. And they do this again on this other eye. This is a very dark eye, but this has got, I mean, I think it shifts. In the pan, it shifts from gold to purple. And I can kind of see a tad bit of blue in there, but you know, don't trust my eyeballs, y'all. Don't trust my eyeballs for real. Okay, so now that that's laid down, I'm going to take whatever's left over on the brush, and I am just going to go over this edge back and forth just to marry the blue with the special shade. Okay, now I want to go into Spoken Legacy, and this is a gray, and I'm going to take this over this edge up here and just buff. Just to soften that line and kind of move the shadow, the gray shadow, up towards the brow so it looks more seamless and more even color. Now I do like the blue inner corner, but I do want to brighten it. So I'm going to go into Divine Dust, and I'm going to take that on the inner corner right here. And that is super duper pretty, y'all. Wowzers. And this would look super pretty even over a white base. Even over a brown base. Like, it's been a hot minute since I've done a brown base. Maybe I should do that in my next video. Just go with a brown base and just see. Just experiment, kids. Okay, I think underneath the eye, I want to go back in with Rebirth. And I want to take this on this end, and I'm just smudging, and I'm only going halfway in. So I'm flipping the color. Now I'm going to go into Royal Descent, which is that blue. I'm just using the same brush because I used my Sigma switch. And I am taking this on the other half of this lower lash line. Okay, I'm going to take an empty brush though, and I am just going to buff this out up here just to soften this, because you can see how sharp that line was before I started. I just want to soften it, just kind of blend it out. Okay, y'all, let me finish the eyes. Hold on to your butts. Okay, y'all, here's the finished look. Now, I turned my lights down, so I'm hoping that you can see this better. What's on my face? Well, right here in front of me, this is Frosty Fantasy. So this is what this looks like. And then my blush, because my highlighter is blue, I went in with NYX All the Butter. So this is a purple. My lip liner is Vamp. And then the color is Dark Room by Melt, which is this color. And this is like a dark maroon burgundy. It's super pretty for winter. And then over the top of that, my gloss, which is this color. And this is called Nymph's Whisper. Yes, that's what I said, is a Nymph Whisper. Black liner on top. And then I just use white in the waterline just because I wanted white. You know what I mean? Okay, now in the waterline, I just went in with any white liner. But that's what's on my face. I super duper like it. I think it's super cute. Very dark. It's cold outside, so it's just a dark, perfect winter look. And I have always liked dark looks with my blue eyes. I think the darker the eyeshadow makes my blue eyes pop even more than they already do. So, what do you think? I think it's super pretty. And I'm going to go about my day. Hype a girl out, which means down in the comments, swipe left, press hype, follow the prompts, and it hypes your girl out. You get 3 hypes a week, and I greatly appreciate it if you use them on me. Like, subscribe, share. Click that notification bell down there. It'll let you know next time I upload. I hope you guys are having an awesome, amazing day. And if you've made it this far in the video, use the word base, because it's all about the base. Boy, howdy, I'm showing my age. Any whoosies, y'all. Sally and I will see you in our next video. Toodles! Sally, the cookies are not for you. They're not for you. Let's establish that right now.